Hello guys, welcome back to TechCruise. Today we'll be doing the P settings on the Mukuta 9 Plus. If you're not quite sure what P settings are, it is a setting built into the actual e-scooter that can change the performance of your e-scooter. So some of the things that are inside the P settings is cruise control, speed lock, or unlocking your battery so you can remove it. I'm going to show you now on how to enter the P settings, and then we'll get right into it on P1. So to enter the P settings, you hold the silver M button that is on the right hand side for 3 seconds, and then you can enter the P settings. To switch between P settings, you use the power button to flick through all of them, and then to change the levels, you use the trigger on the right hand side of the handlebar to move down of the setting that you would like to select. So P1 is battery lock. So if you select 1, your battery is unlocked, and if you select 0, your battery is locked. As you can see at the bottom of the screen as well, there is a lock symbol that pops up every time you go into 0 and 1, so then you can tell if you're unlocking or locking the battery. P2 is the mileage unit. So if you want miles per hour, you can select 1, and if you want kilometers an hour, you select 0. Then we've got P3. P3 is the voltage level. So because this scooter is a 48 volt system, you select 48. But in case you somehow manage to change the battery, I don't know why you would do that. But if you do, you can change it to 24, 36, 48, 52, 60, and 72. So I'll change it back to 48 volts. Now we've got P4. P4 is the dormancy time. So how long your scooter turns off after a certain amount of time. So if we select 5, so that's like 5 minutes. We select 5 minutes, that's my normal time. And then obviously if you want your scooter to turn off after a longer period of time, you can obviously select all the way up to 60 minutes. Then we've got P5. P5 is a reserve setting, so there's nothing inside the setting to do. P6 is the wheel diameter. So because this scooter has 9-inch tires, we will select 9-inch, but obviously you could select up to 8 inches, or if you swap out for bigger tires, you can select that you've got 10-inch tires. But because this scooter has 9-inch, we'll go back to down to 9. Then we've got P7. P7 is a speed measuring unit. I have no clue what this does, but it does recommend for it to stay on 28, so I'll keep it just like that. Then we've got P8, which is our rate limiting. So how fast, it's pretty much like the speed lock. So if you want like 50% of power sent to both of your motors, you go all the way down to 50, but because we want to have the max power output that we can possibly get from this scooter, we'll put it back up to 100%. P9 is our 0 start. So if you want to start without having to push the scooter forward, you do select 0. But then if you want for you to have to kick before it jumps forward, so if you twist the throttle and you're sitting on a light, it doesn't instantly go, you have to kick it. But if you turn on 0 start, it will kick straight away, which means you could get your scooter out of control, which I've done many times. Then we've got P10. P10 is a reserve setting, so that doesn't do anything. P11 is the electronic braking. So the max is 5 and the minimum is 0. So if you want no electronic braking, you select 0. And if you want like the most regen braking, you select 5. My favorite option is 1 because it's not the strongest, but it still sends a little bit of power to the battery. Then we've got P12. P12 is a soft and hard start. So how hard the acceleration kicks in. So 5 is the strongest, 1 is 0. No, 1 is the lowest. Mine's set to 5 with the highest acceleration possible. Then we've got P13. P13 is a reserve setting. P14 is also a reserve setting. Then we got P15, which is the controller under voltage. Keep this at 39 because at 39 the scooter stops working as the battery has died because we have a 48 volt system. But if you do touch this around, you can affect your battery life and everything else in your scooter. Then we got P16 is your odometer. So if you want to reset, you can hold the setting for 5 seconds and the odometer will clear to 0. And as you can see, the P settings also has a timeout. I think it's after a certain amount of time it times out, but it does go back to the setting you're up to, which is pretty cool. Then we got P17, so this is cruise control. If you would like to have cruise control, you select 1, and then if you select 0, there's no cruise. So after you hold the throttle for a certain amount of time in the same position, it will lock onto that speed. Then we've got P18, we've got the binding and unbinding NFC cards. So in case you have lost one of your NFC cards, you can grab another one, put it up here and then bind it. Then we've got P19, which is the backlight. 1 is the lowest level and 3 is the highest. So as you can see, it changes how bright the screen is. So we'll set that to 3. And then P20 is a communication protocol, which is set to 4, and do not change this as they say in the manual. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you learned something new about the Mukuta 9 Plus and how to change the P settings. These settings are completely my own, I guess, opinion or my own preferences on how I like to ride my e-scooter. Obviously you can change a couple of the settings, but please do not change the ones where the company says not to, as you can void the warranty and that's probably not going to end the best for you. Apart from that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any video recommendations, please comment them down below. And as always, ride safe and keep exploring.